Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so glad that you're here. Sometimes I get asked, what makeup products do I use? What's my makeup routine? So I decided to make a 2025 makeup routine. I'm just gonna show you guys my everyday makeup look, products that I use, and what do I do, and all the fun stuff. I do have plans today, so that's why we're doing our makeup. And we're just gonna go through step by step. I feel like my makeup look kind of changes over the years, just with like products and like what I do. And there's a very big difference between winter time and summertime. Depending on if I'm tan or if I'm pale, the makeup changes drastically. So I think it's time we just jump into my makeup routine. Let's put the hair clips in. By the way, the mirror is in front of me, so I would be looking this way as I'm doing my makeup and like trying to look at the camera as well. So the first step that I do is obviously skin prep. I already went through my skin routine, which is just 3 steps, because I just really like to have a clean, moisturized, and like glossy base. Then I would go in with some sort of primer, but I've been using the NYX face glue. I'm actually going to de-influence you guys. I started using this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like so good. And then I got closer to the mirror and like I could see like my makeup just like peeling off my face. It was really gross, especially under my eyes since I like use concealer. I don't know if it's because I do a whole skincare routine and then I add this on top and it's just like too much and like my makeup becomes really cakey, or maybe it's not even from the primer, but usually I don't go in with primer. This is the only one that I have in my makeup bag. I don't really notice a difference in my makeup if I do or don't use primer. So the first thing that I go in with is my concealer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light Sand, and I just go in and put a couple of dots under my eyes just because I have dark circles, I got bags. I feel like I have overall just dark eyelids, and then I just go in over some pimples that I have and wherever I just want to brighten up, which is usually around my nose because I feel like that's pretty dark too. I've used many concealers in my lifetime. Nothing compares to this. I will stand by Shape Tape any day. And I just go in with a beauty blender and then I just blend it out. Very rarely will use foundation, and truthfully I just don't like the feeling of having foundation on my face. Like, it just kind of grosses me out. Do any of you feel like that? This concealer just does such a good job at like hiding my acne and like darker circles. I just really love it. My next step is bronzer. I use the Tarte Man Eater in the shade Sundown. The shade is a little too dark for me. I bought this last year summer and I'm almost completely out of this, but I don't need much considering this is for like when I'm tan. I just use very little. I usually contour my cheekbones and then the top of my forehead. For bronzer, this is something I feel like any makeup girl would know, is just to blend upwards. I say little product, but I still use a good amount. And I kind of just take the bronzer and blend it up towards like my temple and like closer to my forehead. And then same for my forehead, I just blend upwards towards my hairline so there's like no white spots, no white gaps or anything. Maybe that's why my hair gets greasy so fast. This is kind of like a new step just because my sister just gave me the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I love using liquid products, but I also like to set my liquid products with powder. We're just gonna go in with a little bit of powder bronzer and just go over the same places. Just a little bit though. And then I like to go under my chin and then blend it down my neck. Like I said, I use both liquid and powder blush, but we first go in with the Makeup by Mario stick in the shade Soft Coral. I have had this for the longest time. Like, I honestly cannot tell you when I bought this. Like a good year, maybe year and a half. I honestly have so much product left. Like, that's an insane amount for how long I've had this. So I just go in and put a little bit on my cheeks and a little dab on my nose to be sun-kissed. And then I do take the same beauty blender, go in and blend this out. And sometimes I carry it over to my eyelids so they have a little bit of color. Blend out my nose. Pretty simple. In person, it looks like I have no blush on, and I fear I might have blush blindness, and that's why I always go in with a powder blush, but we don't do that next. My next step is setting powder. I use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This sets my face so good. I will never switch to any other setting powder. With the moisturizer that I use, you saw my skin in the beginning, it was super glossy. This helps with that. So I just go in with a good old makeup brush, just take a little bit, put it in all the spots where I use like liquid makeup, which is under my eyes, and then I go here to the other side. To me, I just don't like a shiny forehead, so I do put a little bit here to take away that gloss. And then I do get crazy upper lip sweat, so I just put some there as well. It's basically all over my face, okay? For me, I feel like the setting powder just kind of like completes the makeup look. As my face is setting, I go in with my favorite makeup product, which is highlight, which I use the Benefit highlight in Cookie, which also I've been using this for a really long time. I have never switched my highlight. Ever since this became a viral makeup product, I've been using it since. I just go in with a little brush and then I take a little bit of product and I put it on the tip of my nose, which this highlight is like super in your face, like super bright. So I just kind of blend it out with my finger so it's pretty subtle. And then I just do the bridge of my nose. Like, y'all see that shine? It's so pretty. Then I go in with a little bit more product and then I put this in the inner corners of my eyes, which is so like 2016, but this has never left my makeup routine. I don't know why, I just love putting it in the corner of my eyes. Call me a middle school girl, I don't care. I just still love doing it and there's nothing wrong with it. So now we're gonna go in and blend out the setting powder. I just take the same brush I applied it with and just blend this out. I don't know what it is, but my makeup is just 10 times better. Now my next step is to go in with my powder blush. This is the Too Faced, I think it's Loud Crush in the shade Head in the Clouds. This is kind of like scratched off, so I can't really see the name. I think it's Loud Crush or Cloud Crush. It's Cloud Crush because there's literally a picture of a cloud. I could have got that. As you can tell, I've been using this for a while. Yes, there is too much blush, but I just like to add a little bit so I can personally see it show up on my cheek. So I'm just taking this little brush. I go in with a little bit of product. And I think if I was adding too much blush, I think someone in my family or just like overall anyone that hangs out with me would say, Emma, you really need to work on your blush skills. So our next step is my eyebrows. I use the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I just use a little spoolie that I get from Sephora. Every time I'm in that makeup store and like, oh, I should probably get a new spoolie, I just like grab one out of those little containers and I just take one. And then I bend it upwards like this so I can like actually get the products. I used to never do my eyebrows, and if you guys have been around for a really long time, one, you would know that me doing my makeup in the light is crazy. If you know, you know. And two, I used to never touch my eyebrows. I just didn't like the look of them when they were kind of like gelled down. But ever since I started using this and I gave this a try, ever since it went viral, I just really like the way my eyebrows look. I just kind of go upwards and just fluff my eyebrows. When it comes to the end of my eyebrow, I just like brush them down and like shape them. And then I just do the same thing for my other eyebrow. This is the stubborn eyebrow. You guys have one eyebrow where it just doesn't go the way that you want it to be? Yeah, this is that eyebrow for me. These little hairs right here just never want to go the way that I want them to go. And what I love most about this eyebrow gel is that it doesn't flake. I tried another eyebrow gel and I noticed throughout the day that I had like white stuff all over my eyebrows and it just grossed me out. So my second to last step is my lips. I don't really do anything crazy for this. I just add gloss and call it a day, which I use the NYX Fat Oil. I used to line my lips, which I do have my liner in here. This is from Five Below. It's called Rimmel London Lasting Finish in the shade Pink, which is number 70. I don't know, I just really like the shade. It's kind of like a darker pink, but I just don't line my lips anymore. I only do it for like a special occasion if I want some color to my lips. I just go in with some clear lip oil and call it a day, just so my lips are glossy and they don't look so dry. Because in reality, since I have such small lips, there's really not much to line. For our last and final step in my 2025 makeup routine is my mascara, and this is the most important part because this look overall just doesn't look complete and I look so funny without eyelashes. So I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Panorama Mascara in the shade Blackest Black. If any of you watched my makeup routine last year, if I did one, you'd be so surprised that this is the mascara that I'm using. If you're an OG watcher, you would know that this mascara was my holy grail for the longest time. I swore by this mascara, which is the Essence Lash Princess, which I still do, but now that I've been using this for a really long time and all of you that were in the comments saying like that's the worst mascara ever, you're so right. So this is my holy grail now. I love this mascara. This is probably the easiest mascara to take off. Nothing pisses me off more than coming home from a long day and you have to take your mascara off. This stuff comes off like butter. It takes me about a minute or 2 minutes to take my mascara off. We all know how mascara works, so I just go in, apply this to my lashes. I don't do my bottom lashes considering that I already have like dark circles. I feel like when I put mascara on my bottom lashes, it just makes it 10 times darker. And I feel like it makes my eyes smaller than they already are. So I would say with this mascara, I usually do about 2 coats. And one thing I do love about this mascara is that it doesn't dry out so fast, as to where when I was using Essence, that stuff would dry out like no other. There's the difference between my eyelashes. I'm gonna finish my other eye, then we'll come back and I'll show you guys the complete look. I didn't want to do a jump scare, but let's do a quick close-up of my eyelashes. This is what they look like. I think the mascara and the eyelashes speak for itself, but considering that was my last makeup step, our final makeup look is complete. Obviously, if I wasn't making a YouTube video, my makeup routine usually, like I said, takes me around 10 to 15 minutes just because I take a really long time on my eyelashes, but it's totally worth it because my makeup looks really good. And now we're ready for the day. This was kind of like a simple yet short video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to get my makeup routine done for the new year because I don't think my makeup routine will change, nor my makeup products. I'm pretty committed to the makeup products that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon back with more videos. Bye guys. Mwah.